the dating experiment where first impressions are built without sight. I'm your host, Lutfy, and today, 4 contestants, each repping their own color, will take a seat at this table, blindfolded to connect using nothing but conversation, energy, and honesty. Over the course of 3 rounds, they'll laugh, flirt, and open up, while voting out the person they feel the least connected with. One by one, the blindfolds will come off until only 2 remain. Will sparks fly when they finally see who they've been falling for? Or will the reveal change everything?
All right.
Let's find out. This is Check Please.
All right, we're all rolling. Thank you guys again for coming. Red, start us off.
Yo, my name Real, 44. My color is red. Doing this just to possibly find love, interact, meet new people, get out there in the dating pool, be great. So, yeah.
Yeah, so my name is Kalen. My color is going to be blue today. And what I'm expecting to get from this today is just, an eye-opening experience. Let's see what this whole blindfolding thing is about. And let's see who the hell's about to get that check. Please.
Hello, my name is James. I'm 39. I'm here today to look for some good, genuine connections and find good people and to be friends with, potentially more, see where that takes me.
Hello, my name is Aaron, double A. But today my name will be Yellow. I'm 34 years old, so no spring chicken, but I feel young. That's all that matters, right? I still look young, all right?
All right, let's get the game started. Red. If you could only be described in 3 words, what would they be?
Arduous, dope, and transparent.
What's that first word?
Arduous.
Tell us why.
Because I'm slightly hard to deal with.
Slightly hard to deal with.
Just a tad bit.
Just a little bit. What makes you hard to deal with?
I'm just slightly hard to deal with.
All right, we're going to dive into that in a minute. Green, 3 words that describe you.
I would say hilarious, loyal, and caring.
Hilarious. Who told you that you funny? Give us a joke. You got no dad joke?
I actually have a couple dad jokes in my arsenal.
Give us a quick one. Boo. Yeah, 3 words that describe you.
Okay, so I'm spontaneous, I am persistent, and I am, people say I'm calm. I have a calm demeanor.
Calm demeanor. I want to hear about, what was that first one?
Spontaneous.
What's spontaneous?
That's a different episode.
That's a different episode.
Yeah, that's a different episode.
Yeah. We may have to circle back around to that one. Lulu, 3 words to describe you.
Yes, I would say bomb. Okay. And then second, I would say hardworking. And third, I would say kind. I think I'm a very nice person.
I like this bomb though. Why bomb?
Because I just feel like I'm an all-around good time, good person, good energy. You know?
Okay.
Wow.
I like that.
I feel the shockwave.
You felt it right. Yeah. Right.
Okay. What's your guilty pleasure that you wouldn't normally admit on a first date? I'm gonna let y'all figure out who want to answer that.
Okay. Can I be honest? My Sundays are spent watching Ratchet TV.
Okay.
As in baddies. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't all talk at once.
Oh, so it's an open question?
Yes, right.
Can you repeat the question?
What's your guilty pleasure that you would normally not admit on your first date, Green?
I have a smart mouth. That's not that I have a smart mouth. I like to challenge and I like to push people, their thought processes and the way that they see things. So that's not something you necessarily share on the first date because people will take that as like a he's scary type shit stuff.
Okay, so this is not that bad, but I really enjoy my chicken wings, mumbo sauce, and French fries from the carryout at least twice a week.
No salt and pepper?
Salt, pepper, and Old Bay on the French fries.
I know that's right.
Red?
My guilty pleasure is I really can't control myself from cussing, and no, it's not funny, right?
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's not. It's the way you utilize the words, right? Cuss words aren't bad. It's just the way you utilize them, right? So I can't control myself in doing it, even in professionally speaking. I still cuss sometimes, but I warn the people before I do it. It's gonna happen. So yeah.
Can we get an example on how you cuss professionally?
Yes, please.
Oh, I mean, you may be having like a little conversation, right? And it's probably like, you gotta tell some people like the shit that we're having. Boom. Boom. There you go.
Quick. The shit that. Oh, okay. All right.
Boom. Just had it.
That's that cussing
It's great.
It's
a sign of
great,
intelligence.
but also it's a sign of intelligence.
Yes,
and
it
green
is.
is intelligent, and then color green is the color of intelligence.
Yeah.
So if we knew, he knew.
Yeah.
All right.
Show me your baddest.
Whoever wants to answer this first, just get to it. Martin or living single, and why?
Martin or Living.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, wow.
Martin.
Okay.
Why?
I choose Martin because I grew up on that, and also I love the dynamic between Martin and Pam. We all have that Martin and Pam relationship in our life, and that was the show for me.
Who's your Pam?
That
Or are you Pam?
No, my Pam would be my best friend.
Ooh. Shout out to the best friend.
That's
Shout out
weird.
to the bestie.
This is Yellow. I'm gonna say Living Single. In addition to the theme song, which is just ingrained in my head at the moment. But I was raised by all women. So just that dynamic and the conversations that they had, was just something that I was always immersed in. So it just feels like home.
That's beautiful. I would like to go next. This is Blue. I would say Martin as well, and I would say Martin because the relationship between Martin and Gina is just like so hilarious to me. I mean, they really embody like all the characteristics of like a couple. Like they go through their ups and downs, good to bad, and they still find their ways together. So I just I think that's a great, good black couple that we've seen on a sitcom, man.
Who ain't spoke?
Red.
Everybody turned their head. They can't see me, but everybody actually sitting in red.
I'm gonna go this red. I'm gonna go with Living Single. Only because I was raised by predominantly all women, so I was always like the only like male in the mix. So I've always been around a whole bunch of women, but I'm always gonna have a real broad like opinion about everything. So they're always gonna hear me, and I'm always gonna just have a big opinion. And yeah. That's why I'm arduous to deal with.
He says he's arduous. I like arduous. We all like a little roughneck. Gotta have a roughneck sometimes. Guys, anybody, of course, answer as you see fit. Let's say, what's the boldest thing you've ever done to get somebody's attention?
So is this like rated PG-13, or are we just answering the question?
Say whatever you want to say.
So this is Green. I was at a local venue here in the area, and there was a gentleman that I felt was the most attractive person I had seen ever, and I was a little cocktailed, and so I just went up to him, gave him a hug, and I kissed him on his neck, which is not something I do a lot, but he was a little too salty for me. So when I tasted the salt, I backed away and was like, you know what, never mind. I'm good. But that's not normal. Just lick a person's neck.
That's pretty damn bold, for sure.
Okay, so this is Yellow. All right, so the setting is the gym. Okay, I normally do not approach people or try to have any long-lasting eye contact in the gym. I just feel like it's weird, it's awkward. But this time around, there was too much eye contact going on. I was trying to figure it out, so I made it my mission to work out next to them. I didn't know those machines a day in my life. I never tried them, but I was on them that day just to be next to the person. So I finally mustered up the courage to speak. And my question was very direct. I wanted to get in, and the response was that, he was on the opposite team, but I felt good about at least trying.
We commend you.
We commend you.
Wait, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So this is Blue. I really did not want to like repeat like a scenario, but mine was also at the gym. It was like very recent actually. And yeah, so well, I've been going to this gym for probably like a month now. And you know, like yeah, like you said, you lock eyes with someone and like you see them often, but you know, no one ever wants to like make that first move. So you know, you said, you know, I'm feeling good this day. You know, I'm working on like I think it was like legs or something this day. And you know, I got on some good shorts. I thought I had on a nice little gym outfit, right? You know, so I'm on the phone with my friend and I'm like, you know what? I call him Jim Bay. I said, Jim Bay is here. I think I'm gonna go over there. And I'm gonna just stand by him and do my little exercises. You know, I'm about to do some RDLs. I'm about to do, you know, a little squat. Got this. I'm good. So I go over there and I set up my bar. I don't even think I put any weight on there. But it's just the fact that I went next to him and I started doing my little squats. And I felt good. You know, I said, this is wild. You know, like I'm really like trying to, you know, do a little something for this man. And I did get the number. So I was really proud of myself that I really went over there and I, you know, I showed my assets, you know, I did, you know, I showed a good lift. That's what I did, yeah. I was very proud of myself.
I want to hear the question again. Can I have the question again?
Absolutely. What is the boldest thing you've ever done to get somebody's attention?
I have a coworker that I like, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking about doing it. But I know he's not on my team, but I'm thinking about just trying to do it to see if he probably is on my team, but he probably not. But I just probably like, feel like falling on the floor to see if he'll help me up or some shit. I don't know.
Well, shit, you can tell me you're playing now.
Yeah, I did. Shit, I did. Oh my God.
Make sure you do it before this airs.
Hello.
Honestly, you probably shouldn't do it at all.
Don't even put that part in there, but that was the only thing I could think of.
Because what if he like doesn't play for he does play for the team and like now you just looking at him awkwardly every single day at work.
Now you're on the floor.
And now you're done. Yeah, now you just falling and you can't get up.
I'm convinced my job's not.
So let me answer this for you, Red. The boldest thing you've ever done to get somebody's attention is just admit that you like the straight guy at your job and hopefully he's gonna see this. And that will get his attention.
That would be great.
But let's caveat to what Blue just said, because what if you make a connection here and you talking about a coworker that you're gonna have to deal with?
I mean, but then I'm
also that part.
I mean, but then I'm gonna still go to work and still like the coworker, but obviously I'm not.
You're just not gonna fall out and trip.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
So you just gonna marvel at him and just secret now. Well, you've been doing that anyways.
Yeah, it's probably still gonna happen.
Okay.
Whatever helps you get through the shifts.
I mean, you know what? Right. Makes the time pass by fast.
I love that.
It's only 8 hours.
All right, next question. Would you rather date someone who's always late or someone who's always broke? Green.
Always late.
Always late or always broke?
Always late. And I would rather you be late and knowing that you're gonna show up and pay the tab. And just deal with that and be prepared. But to show up late and be broke, that's a double negative in my book. It's not going to fly with me.
Who would you like to answer that question next?
Let's go with yellow.
I felt that. So first, I just want to say that I don't believe in 50-50 because I don't feel like that's always realistic, right? I would rather date someone. Yes, I would rather date someone who is always late, but it's not because of the money, right? I am naturally the one who normally brings out their card first, but it is nice to know that my other half got me. You know,
Shit,
if
it
ever came to that you got me, you know, I know when we plan our vacations or whatever, I know that, you know, you're going to be a contributor to that. So that's something that I need, but no, I can tolerate the lateness.
I like that. And for the viewers at home, I was just kidding because I know y'all gonna be in the comments like, he's not supposed to date the contestants. They're off limits. They're here for each other, okay?
I'll go next. And I would like to also, this is Blue, by the way. I would like to also say that I could date someone who is, always late. And again, I'm not like someone that's like stuck on money by any means, but I feel like when someone is always broke, I think that's a testament to like just who they are as a person. Because I feel like brokenness has a lot to do with like your work ethic, what your like work-life balance is like what are you doing with your money that why you are always broke? I feel like there's like so much that you can do in order to display like discipline, in order to have at least something. So I would rather someone, we can work on you being, a little bit more punctual. But someone who is broke, they got a lot of things that they need to work on.
Good answer, Red.
I don't. I'm in between both. I don't know. Broke and being late is both a thing for me. I mean, I'm a stickler on time because I think that it's only two things in life that's consistent in time. It's time and change. So we gotta be on time for some things, right? But being broke, it depends on your situation. So I don't know what brokenness really consists of because it's like you don't really know a person's situation, so I can't call you broke if I don't know your situation. So I can't just perceive that you're broke because you can't meet what my expectation of what I think that you should have. So I don't know, but maybe you can be a little bit more punctual. I like time better than you being able to foot the bill. Like we can work that out, but probably just be a little bit on time, a little more so that brokenness, I don't know, because you don't know a person's situation, so that broke thing is a little iffy a little bit.
Got you.
Can I just make one last comment to that? Not to what he said, but just to the question in general. I just feel like if you're always broke, dating should be the last thing that should be on your mind.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're always broke or short of cash for whatever reason, even if you are taking care of your responsibilities and then after you do that, you don't have any free money left over, I feel like your goal should be getting yourself out of that situation so that's not a reoccurring thing, and then dating comes after that.
But can I say something to that?
Sure.
However, how can that be a thing when if you say that you shouldn't be dating if you can't pretty much foot the bill, or if you shouldn't be doing this if you can't do X, Y, and these. How do you know? What do you know if that person's situation, what their situation is? Like, people live paycheck to paycheck every day, so it doesn't mean that you can't do X, Y, and Z. What if you have a family, you're providing for your family, or you're providing for your kids, or what if a person have kids and they're doing for their kids and they're doing for that? Just because I'm doing for my kids doesn't mean that I can't date you. I may be broke because I'm providing for my kids, and I may be broke or I may not have a daughter to go on a date with you because maybe I had to do for my kids, or maybe because I had to pay my bills and do this. Me being broke means that maybe I don't have the money to go on this date with you. I may have a few dollars, but I just probably can't go on this date with you. Maybe we can do other things, but brokenness comes in like a variety of different ways. So just to say that you shouldn't be dating if you can't go on a date is like kind of like far-fetched, because people have families to take care of. So just to say if you can't front a bill, then you shouldn't be dating, like then nobody should be dating. Like that's how I feel.
So this is Blue. I respect what you're saying for sure. For one, I guess we need to realize like what does even broke mean for some people? Like, but for me, I feel like if one is broke, you just got other things you need to focus on rather than sitting here trying to like harvest a relationship. You do need to like, okay, yeah, you have that kid. Maybe you need to like put more into that kid. You need to focus more on like what you are working on in life, so you can be able to, I don't know, fund like a healthy relationship. Maybe, maybe that involves you making like lifestyle changes. Maybe that involves you like picking up another side gig. I don't know. It's like so many things you can do in this world, I feel like, in order to widen your wealth. So I feel like maybe you need to focus on other things before you try to establish some type of real relationship.
Also, I think that a big point of that is not to say that because if you are broke, it doesn't mean you shouldn't date or you can't date. For me, my question comes into at what point am I going to be priority? Because I date to build something. I date to go towards a relationship. So even if hypothetically with someone you're dating or getting to know is the sole responsible person financially for their family, at what point do I become a priority as someone who wants to be a husband? That's going to be a situation where you're literally going to have to pick your husband and your household over the family you've been providing for. And I've been in situations like that before, and it's not a easy conversation, but it is a necessary conversation. So that's why I say that I would rather deal with someone who foots the bill or is more financially stable than someone who was always late, because it makes it easier to have that conversation. And again, I wouldn't want to put someone in a corner to say, oh, well, if your family's mortgage is due and our mortgage is due, you are sitting there questioning who is going to get paid. And at the end of the day, if I'm looking for a husband, your home is first. So your home should become first. And that, I feel like it's a tough situation to navigate when you're in situations like that, and people who are financially attached to other people, including family and friends.
Nice. I respect everybody's answers. I love that. Okay, it kind of got a little deep, but I think it needed to get there. But let's try and lighten this up just a little bit, if we could. I'm gonna ask you, Green, what is a song that describes your love life right now and why? And if you're talented and you want to sing a little bit, you can.
My okay, so one more time.
What is a song that describes your love life right now? Not last year,
No,
or
right
12 years,
now?
right now, and why?
Right now, I would have to say, and this is a song for every aspect of my life, and it's Cardi B, Get Up 10. Because in dating, you come across some people who are less desirable. You come across people who just aren't a good fit, and you just come across people who just not are good people. But I get knocked down and I get up 10, because at the end of the day, I believe in love. I believe in stability. I believe in monogamy. I believe in finding true love, and I'm not going to give up on that. I'm not going to give up on wanting a family. I'm not going to give up on wanting a husband. I'm going to get everything that my heart desires.
I love that. Red.
I'm gonna say Faithful J Howe.
What is that?
Faithful J Howe.
Why?
People just kind of like have the tendency to play in your face.
Okay.
Blue.
Oh wow. Okay. Boom. On the spot. Okay. So I do not know who sings this song at all, but this name of the song is "I Am Ready for Love." Do y'all know who that is?
India Arie.
Thank y'all. Oh, y'all are the best. Okay. Yes, that song because I resonated with it for real. I feel like, I don't know, as I age, that I find that I feel like I really am, in those words, ready for love. I really feel like I'm ready to establish something that's real. I'm tired of outside. I'm tired of wasting my time with people respectfully. And these casual like dates, and I just want something that's more like fruitful. So yeah.
Yellow.
I'm gonna say almost is never enough. And the reason why that's my choice is because lately, there have been people who may fit the bill in some departments. You might be physically attractive, but something else is just missing. And I can't just go based off of physical attraction anymore. I used to do that, but I've learned that it just doesn't work for me. So there's a emotional and intellectual connection that I also need, that also needs to be there in order for it to work. So if you got the physical part, I feel like that's almost, but it's not enough. And it will never be enough.
I like that. I'm gonna turn this on over to you guys. Any question you want to ask to anyone in particular or to the group, feel free to do that. Since you finished, I'm going to start again with you, Yellow.
I have a question for everyone at the table. Are you more so an introvert or an extrovert?
So this is Green, and I like to consider myself to be a social extrovert, which means that I tend to like to be introverted, but if I'm put in a situation where I have to be social, I'm going to thrive. That's just my personality, and I believe in astrology, so that's heavy for my sign. I can be presidential, kissing babies and hugging, shaking hands, or I can be at home cuddled up on the couch watching TV. So I'm literally 50-50.
Yeah, this is Blue. Is the term omnivert, or I don't know, when you're like 50-50, also I would agree. I think I do display both traits. In social situations, I would say I can be an extrovert. I am someone that, I like to communicate. I do like to learn about people. I do like to meet new people. And I feel like that just works also within like my line of work. But you know, in the same respect, I do like to, you know, be to myself from time to time. I am able to be within my own space and relax and just, you know, enjoy a little one-on-one time or solidarity. It's, you know, it's fun.
This is Red. I like people and I don't like people. But I have to deal with people a lot, so I'm very social. But I don't like people, but I love people. So yeah.
So, any question you may have for any particular guy at the table, or just for the group altogether?
I have a question for Blue, but I'm trying to think of how to phrase it. So what experiences have you been through that makes you feel that like you're ready for love?
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Great question. What experiences I feel like I've been through that makes me ready for love. So, okay. So most recently, I dated someone, you know, that was older than myself. And, no, scrap that. Forget that, man. Okay, so we're gonna say like this. The way my family is, okay? So I'm very close to my family. Like my family is from, you know, down south. My parents are like high school sweethearts. Like seeing what they've been able to just like produce, and not just me, myself, and I, but like my two other siblings and like the life that they made for us. I feel like that has shown me like what like for real like love just like encapsulates like overall. And I feel like my experience and love has not been the same. Of course, it's different off just based off the fact that it's like, you know, homosexual relationship, whatever the heck. But I don't know, just based on my experiences with seeing them, like in their day to day, like seeing how they interact, seeing like how they've like overcome like such adversity. I don't know. It makes me just want to experience that, see what that is, you know?
Beautiful.
What that is like.
Do you have siblings? And if you do, what order are you in the sibling ranking?
So since I just talked about my family, I'll just go. This is Blue. I'm the oldest of three, and brother and sister. My sister is the second oldest, and my brother is the youngest.
Just going in order since I'm next to him. This is Yellow. I am the youngest of three. My siblings, my family in general is an older generation family. My sister's in her 50s, you know, and so on and so forth. I'm the youngest. No complaints.
This is Red. I'm the oldest of 12.
Sheesh.
12?
They was fucking.
Did y'all live in a shoe?
We did something like a shoe. It was bigger. It was a tad bit bigger than a shoe, but probably a little suffocating like a shoe. But yeah.
Oh wow! Like, are there any twins, triplets? Hell, octuplets like in there?
It's a set of twins. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you one of them?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm glad I'm not.
I'm sorry. Did you say you were the oldest, youngest, or in the middle?
I'm the oldest.
Oldest of 12.
Okay.
All right. Who
That's
has not
amazing.
asked the table or a personal question?
Blue.
Yeah, Blue.
I'll make this question for everyone. Again, like I'm very close to my family, so I just want to know what is everyone's relationships like with their family.
Go, yo.
All right. Once again, I'll go just because I'm next to you. So, a large part of my family is very distant from this area. I am very close with my immediate family. So that's going to consist of my mother, my sister, my brother, my nieces and nephews, and some cousins. But outside of that, everyone else is not only spread out, but very antisocial. Some of them I haven't seen a day in my life, but they exist. And because I don't know my father, I met him when I was like an infant, but because he's never been present, I don't know that side of my family.
So for me, I'm extremely close to my mother and my father. They're my best friends. I talk to them almost every day, if not every other day. Not really close to my siblings on my mother's side, but my siblings on my dad's side I'm absolutely close with. My younger brother, who is my external heartbeat. He is 21. I love him down. So I'm extremely close to him. But Just my mom and dad.
Because we're not supposed to give away too much, but my particular nationality, my family, we're particularly a close nationality, so I'm particularly close with my whole family. My dad's no longer here, but I'm close with my mom and all my siblings. We're pretty close. So, yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
It's pretty cool. It's all right.
All right. So I'm going to conclude that as round one. I want to see what the guys think, and then we'll come back for round two.
So far so good. I'm enjoying the experience. Good vibes so far. Good conversations and good questions. So my least favorite so far would have to be Red. I heard some things from Red, like the profanity, just some things that kind of made me feel like he was a little bit more of a loose cannon, a little bit more rough around the edges. I like something a little bit more clean cut. As far as who I'm gravitating towards the most, I would have to say Blue. There's multiple reasons why. Even when the cameras were not rolling, I found it easier to continue to hold a conversation with Blue. In addition to that, he was the only one that even spoke about or mentioned the word love, which insinuated relationships, which is something that I'm more so gearing towards as opposed to something casual. And then last but not least, the personality just gave me a good blend between calm and exciting. It was like a happy medium there.
So it's going pretty well. I'm liking this experience so far. I like the mystery of it all, you know, having to be blindfolded and focusing solely on people's answers instead of like initially being like so fixated on what someone looks like, their appearance, and you know, I like the conversation piece of it all. So I like to start off, everyone is cool, everyone is fine. I think as of right now, the most that I'm resonating more towards is Yellow. I don't know if it's because he's like the closest to me right now, but one of the things that really stuck out to me was his reasoning for like why he liked the show Living Single. And I thought it was pretty cool that he like, you know, made that connection between the relationship of him with his family being raised by like mostly women. I thought that was something that was very creative that I personally would never thought of. So hearing that really like, you know, made me feel like an awe. And then also the fact that, you know, he's one of the people that knew exactly who the hell sung Ready for Love, which is sad because I could not think of her name. But yeah, other than that, like he just seems pretty cool. Everyone is cool. Least connected with, I would probably say Green at this moment in time. And the exact reason, I just feel like as far as answers, I wasn't really getting much. One thing that really stuck out to me was he was saying that he really like something about horoscopes. I'm not one that really like hones on horoscopes, so the fact that like he said like that's something that he like truly like is hard on, I was like, I don't know, because some people like really build their whole life based off a horoscope, and that's just not something that I really do.
So far I'm having a phenomenal time getting to connect with new people and learn people outside of what I'm used to. My top fave so far would have to be Yellow, followed by Blue, and then Red. I like Yellow because the couple of things he said, particularly with his family, he has a relationship, but he's not really close, and that's similar to what I am. So I'm all about building my own family, and he seems like the type that is also in that time or in that place to build his own, which is what I'm looking for. Red, I would have to say only because he really, I like a person that likes to take charge, I guess, and I feel that he's more in the background. I like people who are more up front and in the front.
So far the event is going really dope. The guys seem really dope. The questions and the answers seems dope. Everybody seems, the vibe is really great. So I'm actually almost gravitating and feeling Blue a little bit. I like his answers a little bit. His voice is a little intriguing, so yeah. I'm not feeling Green, not at all. I don't like his voice.
All right, so that was round one. Now with round two, we're gonna get just a little bit deeper with the questions, and I'm gonna pick on Red here. Red, without naming a physical trait or feature,
What is your milkshake that brings the boys to the yard, and why?
How do you even answer?
Oh my. What? Say that one more time.
What is, without giving a physical feature or, you know what I'm saying, we want to know what is your milkshake that brings the boys to the yard? Is it your heart? What is it?
Yeah, my heart. Yep. Yes, my heart.
Why?
Because I'm a very caring person. I have empathy for people, so, and I'm compassionate. So. Yep.
Okay, short and sweet. We like that, Blue.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say probably my personality. And I would say that because I am someone who is very bubbly is a weird word to use, but like I'm very happy. I'm very like lifeful. Like I don't like, I don't want to say boring people, but I don't like people that like, are very like subdued. Like I try to like, bring a little life about everyone. I try to come very energetic, but not overbearing. So, I'll probably say my personality.
Cute, y'all.
I make people feel comfortable. I don't know. I feel like people tend to let their guard down with me. I've lived like we all have. And I feel like I have experiences in many different facets and arenas that kind of makes me very real. No matter what my tastes are currently, I never forget where I came from. And I feel like that allows me to connect with people, allowing them to kind of like let their guard down with me.
Hey, sound you agree?
My milkshake that brings all the boys to the yard would be my confidence. And I've come a long way because before I wasn't as confident, but I am now. And I think that's something that draws a lot of people to me. And it's just a natural confidence. It's not about being arrogant or cocky. It's just you carry yourself the way you carry. And I feel like that's what attracts a lot of people to me.
I like that. Tell us, Green, what is a non-negotiable in a relationship?
Oh boy. Someone who is not a believer of Jesus Christ and someone who is a MAGA supporter.
Oh. Y'all?
Since we're going multiple, I heard two over there. I'm going to so as of lately, I can say that I don't like argumentative people. This is not really my stilo. I don't desire to argue. I'd rather just let it go. I'd rather come to a resolution rather than argue. And then something a little bit lighter, cigarette smokers.
Distant three for me.
No.
Fred?
I guess consistency would be my one, and then monogamy would be my other one.
So you say you mean inconsistency?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
That's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
And then the other one you said was?
It's monogamy.
That's a non-negotiable?
I want someone to be monogamous.
Okay.
Oh.
I love that.
Yeah.
So they would have to.
Yeah, I'm
be
not down.
monogamous.
You will have to. Yeah, you would definitely have to
Gotcha.
be. I'm not down for that life. I'm great.
I don't share.
Hell no.
I'm good.
I love that. Blue, if you had to choose between having great sex or great conversation, which one would you choose and why?
Oh wow. I'm gonna be honest.
Be honest. The only way we want.
No, I would say great conversation. I would say great conversation because, again, like I stated earlier, I mean, I do like to, talk to people. I do like to get to meet people. So I feel like me being able to just, I don't even know, like sit at a table with you and have like a good conversation and just a good like dialogue, I feel like is very important for me. Sex is great, don't get me wrong, but being able, like, after that's done, like, what else do we have? So I feel like being able to actually, talk to someone is great for me.
Yellow.
So piggybacking off of something I said earlier, I would say good conversation. I feel like sex for me, at this point is not the most important thing for me, especially because I am not hard to please. I am definitely satisfied, and there are other things, there are other ways where I can be pleased that doesn't involve actual, let's say, penetration. But if I can enjoy your space and your time and your company and not be bored, annoyed, or irritated, then I feel like we got something.
Green.
I'm gonna say fucking, and I say that because I can have conversations with multiple people, but I'm only gonna be fucking one person. So I want what I'm going to be doing behind closed doors. I would love for that to be lit better than anything, because I can converse with anybody, but I'm not gonna be fucking everybody.
Red?
We gotta pick one or the other.
You gotta pick one
One or
or
the
the
other.
other. What's more important? I mean, we
I'm
want
gonna just
both,
go ahead with
but what's more
I'm gonna
important?
go ahead with conversation because I'm gonna go with conversation because we heal from learning each other, and we only can go as further and grow as learning each other. And you can teach me how to deal with you by me through your conversation of us growing and learning each other. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with conversation. So.
I like that. Green, you're very outspoken. I'm gonna start this one with you then. If the world ended tomorrow, who is the first person you'd call and what would you say?
That would be my mother. I'm a certified mama's boy. Don't apologize for that. Don't walk down on that. That's my ace boon day one. It would be her. And if I knew the world was ending tomorrow, I would just say that I hope that she's proud of me, which I know she is proud of me. She tells me all the time. But it would definitely be my mom.
Nice. Yellow.
Yes, so it would definitely be my mother. And just thinking about it, I feel like that's a very obvious answer for me just because I was raised by my mother and my grandmother. My grandmother's no longer with us. So in a lot of ways, it is just me and my mom. She has done so much for me growing up. She, financially, emotionally, mentally, she's always been there for me. So I feel like the least that I can do is to, well, one, make her proud while living. But if the world was coming to an end or something like that, she needs to be the last person that I speak to.
Red.
It would be my sons because they like my heroes. So even though I'm their father, like they my heroes. So if the world was ending, even though I love my whole family, like I love my sons more than anybody. So yeah, I don't know what I would say to them, but they would be the ones that I would have to call. I don't know what that conversation would look like, but that's who I would have to call.
Absolutely. All right. Respect. Blue.
It just has to be one person.
You get to call one person, and then they get no, it's just one person.
Yeah. Okay. So I would also call my mom. I am also a certified mom's boy, and I would just tell her that wow, she's a very strong woman, and I admire her with everything that she does. I mean, she exemplifies everything that I would want, that I think a woman should embody. She's done everything for me. She's sacrificed so much, as well as my father. But I have to say one person. But yeah, no, I could go on and on and on about that lady. But yeah, no, she's beautiful. She's wonderful. I love her. Love you, Mom.
Oh, no. Answer so sweetly.
That's funny. My mom has saved in my phone as that lady.
For real?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I love that.
All right, that was everybody. I'm going to go to you, Red, because a moment ago you spoke about monogamy. So, you believe in open relationships, or is it a hard no, and then why?
It is definitely a hard no. I mean, because how do you that's the weird thing. I mean, I know it's kind of like the gay way in a way, if you want to say that per se, because I do see that in our community a lot where that is like the norm. And so, but it is definitely a hard no, because if we have something that's supposed to be sacred between you and I, like how do we now open this to now allow, I just think it's just so weird, like to like, I just think it's so weird. I don't even really know how to put the words into it, because when you think about the act of sex, right? The act of sex is something that's like really sacred, right? So it's like me and you, or maybe you and me, or however the hell it goes, right? But that's like something that's delicate, right? So, and that's something we're supposed to share together, right? And like if we're considering this a unit or whatever the hell it's supposed to be, right? How do now we bring in someone else and what the fuck? Like, and then now we just like, nah, it's a hard no for me. Like, I just think it's weird. So yeah, no good.
Is it a hard no for me?
Is it a hard no? I'm gonna read it back to you. Do you believe in open relationships, or is that a hard no, and why?
I believe in two people exploring possibilities with each other, and if that includes other people, then that would be a decision that they make. Monogamy is something that is desirable, but at the age that I'm at, to come to the understanding that it would just be me and this other person for the rest of our lives sexually. And again, that goes back to the previous question. That's why I would prefer the sex to be lit over the conversation, because if I'm going to be with this person for the rest of my life, it's going to be lit. It has to be lit. That's the only way. However, I also am open to other aspects or other ideas of what that will look like, and both parties feeling satisfied and happy in that relationship. So I would have to say 95% is I'm down for monogamy, but there is that small possibility that I would be willing to open my eyes to other aspects of what monogamy looks like for a couple.
Let's keep it in order. Yellow.
I actually feel the same. So monogamy is something that I seek, something that I want. When I think about non-monogamous relationships, I don't judge them, because I understand how they got there, and I understand that there are there are conversations that must be had, and I feel like after you've had a monogamous relationship for a certain amount of years, that you do kind of start to explore things either with each other or outside, or you just never know. I don't rule it out for myself in the future, but it's not something that I desire in the immediate future. And if that ever were to become a thing, it would have to be many, many years into the relationship.
Blue?
Contrary to my two previous bachelors here, I do not agree. I would say I'm all about monogamy, and I will say as to why. For me, I don't know. Again, I just embody a lot of things based off like my family and my upbringing, and I just see a relationship that is very sacred to two individuals. I just want to keep it as blatant as that. For me, even just beyond like the sex aspect of it, it's just like the that connection between two bodies to me is just, I don't know, that's something that's just very important. And I can't imagine bringing one party or multiple parties into something like that. I feel like it loses, its like meaning.
Okay, so as we still talking about the relationship, I like how you ended that one, so I'm going to state on you. Mm-hmm. If you had to describe your last relationship in just one word, what would it be?
Testing.
Yeah. Give us a quick why.
I would say it was testing because it tested my patience. It tested me in ways of like, I question like myself on like what I deserved, and like who the hell I was. It pushed me back into things that I said I would never do again. It took me away from what I value, like my discipline and what I was doing within my life. It was very testing.
Yellow.
I'm actually gonna say inspirational, because although we did depart for very valid reasons, when I met that individual, they were very successful in their career. And at that time, years ago, I was not. And I feel like their story and their journey to their success motivated me. And it motivated me enough to where I've been able to build myself to be successful in my own right.
Great.
Describing it in I wouldn't describe the actual relationship in one word. One thing that I got from it would be the importance of being collaborative, which means that in everything you have to ensure and make sure that the person you're doing this with is on board with everything, and you're okay with everything, and that you're okay with being communicative with what's going on. And I think that was my biggest shortcoming. I wasn't as vocal as I am now, and granted it's been 3 or 4 years, so I'm totally different now, but during that period of my life I wish I would have been more collaborative in my relationship and not just accepting things for what it was.
That's great.
It was emotional, yet educational. It taught me a lot about myself, and it helped me to learn who I was. Also gathering me to understand what I would not deal with from a person any longer. So yeah, it helped me grow up also.
All right, I got another question before we move on to round 3, and it's going to be a quick one and maybe a little spicy one. Make your answer, make it short, but give us a little bit as to why. And the question is, Breen, are you having sex on the first date or no?
Yes. My very first relationship was an interaction that happened on the very first night, and it was my very first gay interaction, and we were together for 5 years after that. So I don't believe that having sex on the first date it's taboo for a lot of people, but if the connection is there and both of you guys are willing to cultivate that connection, then why not? We're all grown and we should get what we want. We got one life to live, so YOLO.
Yes. Ray, you fucking or no?
It depends on the vibe. It just depends on how the night goes. It's not a nay or a nay, a yay or a nay. It's just how the night rolls out.
Blue.
Oh, we grown, so I'm gonna say yes. It's all again, based off my 2 people here. It's based off a vibe for sure. So I'm not gonna just say yes to everybody, but the vibe is there for sure. And also we are, we only live once. Why live in as long as you're being safe, first and foremost, do you?
All right, like that yellow, last but not least.
Yes, I don't frown upon it. I too have had a fruitful relationship that spawned from sexual intercourse on the first night. I don't regret it. And I feel like, we're all grown. If the vibe is there and the intent is there, then I feel like it has the potential to go the distance. If I genuinely want you, I'm going to seek to keep you, regardless if we did on the first night or not.
I like that. All right, guys, that concludes round 2. We're going to move on to our one-on-ones to see what these guys are experiencing right now, who they're gravitating to, who they're not. And the person with the most votes who does not have a positive connection with the group will no longer be at the table. Y'all ready? Somebody got to go home.
So this previous round, it went well. It's still going good. I feel like some good questions were asked, and I feel like I got more of an understanding of, the other participants. So last round I did say yellow. I think at this moment in time, I think yellow might still be my top pick. I think again, just, I can tell from his responses that he's very inquisitive and very intelligent. And I think that's something that is very attractive. So yeah, I think that he's still a cool guy. And as far as who I think I should get the boot, I don't know. Green and red are kind of a toss up for me, but I think I am going to sadly have to go with, I want to say green. And I want to say green just based off of his responses. Based on what I'm hearing, I feel like everything is like very sexually based with him. And though sex might be great, cool, well, fine, and dandy, I feel like that is not the basis of which a relationship should be, you know, built off of. Though again, sex is great, I just do not think that that should be everything. So, green, check please.
My thoughts on this round, I thought it was really cool. The people answered the questions really good. Some of the questions, some of the answers, some of the people I wasn't really feeling, but overall it was a good experience. I'm still feeling blue, it's still the same. It hasn't changed, and I'm still not feeling green. It's still, the voice is still not connecting. Still not a fan. I just don't like the voice. I don't know, it's just the voice, man. I don't know, it's something about the voice. I can't see him, so obviously it's just the voice. So it's the answers in the voice, I don't know, it's just something about it. I don't know. So at this point, it's time for green to get voted off. Check.
So I'm green. I am still enjoying myself. My favorite thus far, or my pick thus far, would be yellow, followed by blue, and then red. And I would say yellow because, again, just based on his answers and the things he said, I feel like I would have more of commonality with him. And then followed by blue, strictly because blue is a Baddies fan, and I feel like Sunday, that's Sunday fun day, but it's also good cuddle time. And red, I would have to say the least. He seems cool, but just conversation wise, I feel like it would be like pulling teeth, and I feel like things should flow more natural. So yellow, blue, and red. So one person I would say I would choose to be eliminated would be red, unfortunately. It seems like a cool guy though.
Okay, so last round I chose blue as my favorite, and then I chose red as my least favorite. At the moment, it's still true. It's still the same. So going back to red, right, with this second round, not to say that I do not invite a healthy debate, but there was a question that was asked, and I almost kind of felt like he was challenging my response a little bit, and I just didn't feel like it was necessary. You know, I didn't feel like I said anything wrong. I just felt like, you know, we both have two opinions. We can just leave it as having two separate opinions. And that went back to something that I said about not liking argumentative people. And for me, that's just kind of like a red flag to me. So red's still my least favorite. So red can get chopped, okay? My favorite is still blue. And it's more so based off of personality than it is anything else. I didn't really find anything wrong with any of the answers or the questions, but just listening to tonality, listening to inflection, listening to, you know, all of those things, I still gravitate more towards blue than anything. Green to me is just kind of in the middle, just kind of, yeah, just mid, yeah. At this point, red needs to get checked.
So after that round of confessionals, some things we don't necessarily have to mention. You've seen it for yourself. But bringing it back to the table with my guys. Hi, blue.
Hello.
Hi, yellow.
Hello.
Hey, green.
What up?
Hey, red.
Yo, yo.
All right. You all ready? Somebody has to go home, unfortunately. Oh no. And that someone is green. Green.
No.
You must pack your things back at the villa. But please, reveal yourself to just us, not this table. They can't see you. All right, now you can see everyone. Don't make no comments, because we don't need to know. But at least you get to see these motherfuckers who voted you off. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're absolutely welcome.
So I think this was an awesome experience.
Not really sad I got eliminated. I feel like I was true to myself, and who I am is a lot for a lot of people. So I'm for somebody out there. So if you're out there, I'm still here. So it was an awesome experience, and awesome guys, and dope experience. I had enjoyed myself.
So unfortunately, Green got the boot. Green had to get the check and bounce. We're down to our last 3 guys, and this is the last round before we do our final elimination. This one is the emotional test. Red, what is your biggest red flag about yourself?
I'm very sensitive. I guess that would be my biggest red flag.
Yellow?
I move too fast. I do.
What does that mean?
I get really wrapped up like quickly. It's my man. You're mine. I'm yours. Let's cuddle every night. Where are you going? You know, yeah. I'm working on it.
Okay. How about you, Blue?
Ooh.
What's that red flag?
All of the above. But I'm gonna add another one in there, and I do tend to overthink. And I hate that for me because it tends. Yeah, I'm gonna just say I overthink.
All right, we're gonna start with you. Yeah, I like it short and sweet.
Yeah.
Blue, if you could tell your younger self one thing about love, what would it be?
Be patient. Don't feel the need to keep up with the Joneses in a sense. Like, you have your own pace, your own race. Don't worry about everyone else around you. What's meant for you will be. And, you know, and just bask in the now. You know, appreciate everything for what it is right now.
Red?
It's a journey, but keep walking.
Yellow?
It's 2 parts. I would say one would be let go of that type. And it would also be don't ignore the red flags.
Hey, Yellow, when was the last time you cried and why?
The last time that I cried it was a very short cry. Okay, it wasn't one of those ugly cries, but it's probably about a month ago. And it was because I had a realization that my mother was getting older. She was having some complications that we didn't know what it was yet. And we actually still don't know. But just the thought of my last parent not being on this earth kind of made me have a little moment.
I can relate to that. How about you, Red?
I'm being very serious when I say this. I just told you guys I'm sensitive, and it was just last week. My son comes home every day with homework, and it frustrates me so bad because he knows what to do and then he don't do it. So when I get frustrated, sometimes I cry. So I had to take a break because I'd be wanting to strangle him. So I had to cry a little bit. So,
That's real.
And he'd be laughing at me when it happens too. But I'd be serious though. So,
Okay. Yellow, what's one wound from your past relationship that you're still healing from?
Okay. I'm gonna go the physical route. So, I have a scar from a previous relationship. And while I am healed emotionally, I'm not healed physically because the scar's still there. And I feel like I'm still trying to find ways to make the scar go away.
That was deep. Thank you for being so vulnerable. Red?
Oh, I have trust issues, so but I'm working through it. I'm working on it. So,
Can you give us a quick example?
my last relationship, I got cheated on a lot, which I don't quite understand why, but so I'm working on it.
Okay, the monogamy makes sense. I like that. Blue?
Yes, I would have to say, a sense of, like, I don't know, confidence. Because I was dating someone and they straight up told me that you're one of 3. So it felt as though like I was constantly competing with 2 other people that like I knew nothing about. What they looked like, what they did for work, what, you know, so I was constantly comparing myself to someone that like I never even physically like saw.
Jeez, I want to give all of y'all a hug. Whew. All right. Red, when was the last time you truly felt desired, and what made you feel that way?
I mean, not trying to sound arrogant or anything, but I always feel desired. So, and I think it's just the energy that I get from people. So I always feel desired. I never not feel desired.
Blue.
I would say I always feel loved. And I mean in a sense of like, I have a very close circle as far as like friends and family. I think it's most important to realize, especially in times where I might say like I feel alone or I'm down or I'm sad, that I always have someone, like a supporting circle of people that like just support and love me no matter what. So yeah.
Yellow, when was the last time you felt desired, and what did they do? What was it?
So the last time that I felt desired, it was this year, and it stands out because not only did I get, on a professional side, not only did I get awarded with Employee of the Month, but I got promoted at the same time. And that for me just made me feel wanted. It made me feel important. It made me feel like my contribution was not going unnoticed. And there was a warm feeling inside.
All right. I'm gonna ask one more question before we conclude this round. So let's get your best answer here. Blue, you chuckle, so I'm gonna go with you. If you ended up matching with somebody today, what would be the first thing you'd want to do outside of the show?
I feel like, you know, in the heart of what's going on right now, I'd probably ask, you know, see if we can go somewhere. Hell, I'm hungry right now, so let's go, you know, get a quick little bite and let's, you know, have a conversation and, you know, keep the conversation going.
Yellow?
Going back to my spontaneous side, I see a nice picnic. You know, I feel like summer is coming to a close, or did it already end?
Yeah.
But we're you know, we got last little bit of, you know, heat, you know, in the height of the day. So I would recommend like a nice picnic. Some wine. Maybe some finger food, snacks. You know, if the vibe is there, we might can feed each other.
Okay.
You know.
Red?
I'm always a vibe type person, so I would like to vibe afterwards and, you know, maybe a date, walk, talk, you know, see where it goes from there. So
Something simple. Okay, now before we close this out, I want to give you all a chance to ask a quick question that maybe is on your heart or you're just thinking of, something maybe you've heard one of the bachelors here say. And I'm going to start with you, Red. Let's see what you got.
come back to me.
All right, Yellow.
Can it be a two-part question?
It can be. Let's just make it short, though.
So one is what triggers you, and two would be when you are triggered, how do you overcome that in a way that it doesn't cause more issues?
Blue.
Yes, good question. The biggest way to trigger me is just blatant disrespect. Like, I just don't like or particularly care for rude people. I just keep it, you know, as straight as that. And the way that I deal with that usually is sometimes I do need a second to process. I'm one big on thinking before you speak. So I do not ever want to just react out of just sheer emotions. So I might seem like I am closed off or I am being, you know, a little, you know, to myself, but it's me really trying to rationalize and think before I say what comes out of my mouth next.
Beautiful. Red.
I'm a big stickler on not explaining myself, so I think that's one of my biggest triggers. I don't like being put in a position where people are asking me to explain myself. So one way that I try to avoid that is I don't put myself in predicaments where I'm forced to be asked to explain myself. So.
Okay. I'll give you a little bit more time to think about what your question is. Blue, your question.
All right. Is it okay if I ask them both like individualized questions?
Sure.
So Red, you've referenced your kids like a couple times today. So I want to know, how many kids do you have? And it's okay if I ask their ages? No, you don't have to.
Okay. Sure, why not?
Okay.
Oh, well, I have two. One is grown, one is 24, and then one is 8.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. And for Yellow?
Yes, for Yellow. Let me see. I had one, but now I've lost it. Again, I'm big on family, and you reference your family. Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have one sister and one brother. They are both, I'll say we are all a decade apart, with my sister being the oldest. So growing up, although I had siblings, I was the only child in the household. My sister was already out making babies herself. And my brother had already moved away with his father. So it was just me, which is why my grandmother and mother and my nieces and nephews are so cherished to me, which falls in line with what I said moments ago about the thought of, I've already lost my grandmother, so the thought of losing my only remaining parent is just hard to stomach.
Red, you got that question?
Yeah, I do. I want to know from the both of you guys, what does consistency look like and mean to each of you? I know the definition of it, but I'd like to know what each person definition or meaning of it means, because everybody looks at it in a different way.
Well, this is Yellow. First, I want to say that I don't like starting something that I cannot maintain. So the level of consistency that I provide initially is something that I am going to maintain. I don't like dipping off. I don't like faltering. I understand that there is going to be a learning curve where we're learning each other, finding a rhythm that works best for the both of us. But once we find that groove, I feel like from there, there should be a, like you said, what the definition of being consistent is. But if there is, there's room for, we're human, so there's room for mistakes, of course. As long as communication is there, I feel like any deviation from that said consistency, as long as it's communicated, I feel like we're good.
Blue.
Yeah. I would also agree with some parts of what Yellow said. I do think that a huge part of consistency has to do with communication, and that is, communicating even in just the sense of just, a simple good morning, good night throughout the day, or just, simple little check-ins. But I think that consistency also has to do with making sure that words are followed through with action, saying what you mean and meaning what you say, being present in all facets of the word. So yeah, I'll keep it simple.
All right. Okay. So that concludes this round. We're going to move into our elimination and see who are the lucky two who've decided or been chosen to stay in the game.
Okay, so I'm enjoying this more and more with each round, just because someone has to go home. So it's less chatter, less voices to hear. My favorite, I'm a very consistent person, okay? My favorite has been the same since the beginning, and it's still true now. One of the reasons is because I asked a question about what triggers everyone, and the answer that I got from Red gave me the impression that he was a little hot-headed. He spoke about not wanting to be questioned. And for me, God damn it, if I got a question, I got a question. If I want to ask, I want to ask. So if I ask a question and you have a problem with that, that's going to be a problem. Like, I don't want those problems. Too many problems, With Blue, I feel like even with him asking questions, honing in on more family-oriented questions, it just seems like it aligns more so with someone who is actually looking to build and to establish that sort of connection with someone, because they're asking questions to learn more about the deeper side of you. So I really appreciated that.
I like this round. The questions were really dope. You got to learn a little bit more about the guys. Got to get a little bit more insight on who they were and just a little bit more about their characters and things. Still feeling the same color, still feeling blue. So I guess that means that it's yellow that will have to go ahead and bounce.
Yeah, so this round was very interesting. I feel like I was able to, get a little bit more information about the other contestants here. I think one of the biggest findings today, or just this round, was that Red has a whole son that's 4 years younger than me. That is wild to me. That was very eye-opening. But the whole day, I've been thinking that he was like, a little bit on the older side when he said he was the oldest of 12. But so I was really trying to fish and get that. So the fact that I really got that was like, boom. As far as for Yellow, I think just moreover, like, Yellow just seems like a very, a stand-up guy, very smart, very sure of himself. You can tell that he's like young, but like kind of wise beyond his years. So I feel like that's something very interesting to note. As of right now, I would say that probably Yellow is my top pick, and Red is a little bit more, a little quieter. I try to give him a chance because I do like me an older man, but I feel like, I was really trying to pull to get something out of him. And even when asking questions, he can really come up with a lot of things, I would say. So, sadly, I would like to say, Red, check please.
All right, so that was the end of round 3. We definitely learned a little bit more about the bachelors and those confessionals. And of course, we know that there has to be one more elimination. Oh, guys, somebody has to go home. Oh. All right. I have calculated everything. There's only really like 2 things I needed to add. But the person who had the most votes, who did not have the greatest connection here at the table, is, you ready? Red, check, please. That means by Red, you got eliminated. You can take your blindfold off though. Those is the guys. These are who you've been talking to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice. All right.
Yeah, so I got eliminated. I'm not really sure why, but it's all great. The guys are pretty cool. Great experience. I would do it again. Great show. Learned a lot about people. If the love of my life is watching this, I guess find me. I don't know. Like shit. Like find me, I find you. Let's do that. Like I'll see you, you see me. We see each other. How about that?
All right, so we done gone through all of the rounds and all of the eliminations. Unfortunately, Green and Red had to get the check and bounce. We're down to our last 2, Yellow and Blue. Yellow, why did you choose Blue?
So I'll go down the line. First, it was personality. I felt like there was a good mix between someone who was outgoing and someone who knew how to pull back. So I really enjoyed that. 2, some of the questions, especially the questions honing in on family and honing in on the love question, stood out to me as someone who was a little bit more intentional and ready to actually go the distance with someone. So that stood out to me, which is why I picked Blue.
Oh, we like that. We like that. Blue, you've heard everything that was said and you have your own feelings. Please express why you chose Yellow.
Yeah, so I kind of agree. I think the biggest thing that really stuck out to me was hearing like your family dynamic, hearing about like, how you have a great relationship with your mom, and and that you were raised by mostly women. That question where you connected living single to like the women in your life and like you being raised by mostly women was like something that I never even thought of when just thinking about a simple television show. So like that really made me like be like, dang, this man has like some depth to him. and like he displayed that throughout all the questions. So I thought that was like awesome.
I like that. You both have really good, a good understanding of the other. Very good explanation as to why you chose the other person. So, of course, you know, you've been blindfolded. You could only hear everything. But now you get to actually see something. All right, yellow, blue, let's get our hands on those blindfolds. If you like what you see after, don't move it yet, but if you like what you see after, please let us know. Go ahead and remove those blindfolds.
Want to get a countdown? Okay. Oh, man.
Let's see.
Oh.
Well, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Okay, voice
Blind
matches
right
the
now.
face.
Yeah, likewise.
Yes.
It does.
So we're good.
We are good. I was expecting like, what the hell?
I was preparing myself for. I'm gonna have to pass, but
Exit stage, right? No.
that was cool.
So is it still a match? Yeah. You guys are gonna go out, maybe have a little conversation or something? Yeah. I love that, yeah!
Have you been sitting there the whole time?
I've been here the whole time.
Wow.
So I want to know from you, because you said that you felt like this was going to be the last two for more than one reason, and you only listed one reason. What was the other reason?
That was the only reason. I've heard y'all in confessionals, and it's been consistent.
Oh, okay.
Well, that concludes the show. It looks like yellow and blue, they actually like each other. This has been a match. Energetically, I guess.
See you. I see you.
You know.
They're gonna do their own thing.
You know, I got 9.
I don't need to say nothing else.
I got like
I'll see you on the next episode.
Okay. So I'd have to say this is an experience that I would definitely do again, if need be. Hopefully there is no need to. I've made my selection. My selection has made theirs as well. There was a match. My hopes, you know, after seeing the person and being physically attracted to them, hopefully we can find that spark and build something off of that. So I'm hopeful. Yeah.
So this experience was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was something very interesting about taking away one of the biggest things I feel like us as people use, and that is our sight, as to like seeing like someone that we would typically like. So I felt like this really made us focus on something that, you know, that really matters, and that's like a genuine like connection, like things that you might have in common, so like those commonalities and interests and things like that. I really felt like it made you really hone on those things and not be so stuck on the superficial. Taken away from this, I do feel like, you know, Aaron is a pretty cool dude. I was not expecting, well, no, I don't know what the hell I was expecting, but I can say that, you know, I am happy with what I see in the person, because I ain't gonna lie, I was a little worried, okay? But all in all, like, Aaron is cool. And I'm, you know, very interested to see like where this progresses towards.
Camera rolling, mic on, let's go.